going to start going backwards on headlands. I think round here we got most of it. This is going to be difficult. I'll probably have to use guidance steering once I start the rows, just so that it's more thorough. Because running around the edge here, I am not getting the full working width of this. Obviously along that bit I'm doing a little bit better. But Pokemon Harvest, got to get it all. We don't. And that's why I was saying, yeah, I'm not, if I miss some, if I don't get it all, it's not too great a problem. All we're really looking at is, let's get at least a little bit of return for this field. And then we're going to have to get out into it and do all the bits. Like I said, not sure if it needs ploughed. And if it does, I'm going to need to buy one. Not sure it needs the other thing. Should need cultivating. Don't know if it'll need lime, but we'll check on that too. But for now, the job is pick up what we can. Like I said, we've got at least September 2, 3 and 4 to get this done. And maybe October. I don't know what the harvesting period for this stuff is. Well, good news is we're not filling up the harvester too quickly. And then once we've got the edge of the field done, I don't think I need to do too many headlands here. Like I said, this is a very small tractor, very short wheelbase, so it's going to turn quite quickly. The harvester itself has steering axle, so it's going to follow us quite efficiently as well. So this shouldn't be too painful once we get on the rows. And then, as I said, we don't have to go too far out on the headland because we don't have to go out that far. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I only leased the harvester, so I was just thinking, well, maybe now that we've got the harvester, we could do vegetables whenever we want, but we don't. This is just a lease, which is fine. Oh, you can drive through the hedges. That's I forgot all about that. Yes, driving through hedges. That's a thing. Have access to that land. Okay, whatever. That's fine. The trick here is getting close enough to that grass edge that we're getting most of the crop. And that's kind of difficult with such a narrow working width. Also not sure, oh, I might actually have put narrow wheels on this, because I think we fertilised the sunflowers. Fertiliser tank or not? I don't recall. Yeah. It's been a long week. So Mrs. Osa had things come up with family quite early on in the week, so we were kind of rushing around to get her stuff ready to go. And then I've been stuck here doing my own thing since then. Quite frankly, I've been very tired the last few days, so done a lot of sleeping, not a lot of stuff that I want to get done. Is the harvester still only half full? Yeah, this is not a great yield. I'm thinking we probably started with minimal moisture. So all of our crops are going to be very dry. But once we've harvested this round, things should work out better as the weather installs itself properly. Oh look, stuff is coming on sale. That is a forestry mulcher. I already have one of those, I don't have that one. That is a 4 metre, 180 horsepower seeder. What on earth is that stuff? Okay, it plants a thing. I have no idea what that is. We could buy one of those while it's on sale. I wonder if the vehicle sales cleared out because fresh patch or something. Whether something else was going on there. And at this stage, also not looking to put much into production. I can't remember what productions are actually available on this map, whether there were a lot of them or a couple. I know some of the maps produced the week this one came out. I think there was at least one that only had 2 productions, and neither of them were things like a bakery or a flour mill. It was something like a BGA and a carpentry. So We'll take a look at what productions are available. We may branch out into that later on, but for right now I'm not really looking. I'm looking to make sure we have a solid income, which basically would involve, do we have fields that produce crop that make money. Once you can make a reliable amount of money, making more money reliably is a good thing. But it's not really, I don't think it's really worth spending £90,000 buying a grain mill, for example, if I've only got one field of 2,000 litres produce. I need more fields that are producing in order to be able to say, okay, now we can, we're making 80,000 litres of wheat from all the fields that we have, so spending £90,000 to make more money on the 80,000 litres of wheat is a good deal. Okay. I'm not sure I got all the way to the edge there. This is certainly looking out a little bit better. I probably want to clear more of this lower edge of the field off so that we can get the gates open and it's not going to get in our way. I mean, in theory the plan is I want to be running east to west rather than west to east, and that, or the unload thing is going to be in the way if I'm going in the opposite direction. Getting close. I wondered what was going on with the textures to our right, but that's the sell point. Very close to being full here. And 3, 2, 1. Still not full. Let's try and get all of this bit. Get that. Get that. Oh, we're full. That's why I didn't get any of them. Lift that up. I don't know, that's not looking too bad. And we've only been working. Well, we've only been streaming 45 minutes, but we haven't been harvesting that for nearly that long. So that'll be the second load, and I'm going to pull the tea bag out of my tea. There. I think what I might do is we'll continue harvesting. That didn't work. And then once I've got this filled up, we can take a full truckload down, empty it again, and I'll just do things that way rather than every time we got a full truck we'll drive it off. Obviously it would be nice if we could cart more. I wonder if the truck has a hitch. That would be good. I'm gonna say this looks very close to calling the headlands done. Interesting amount of crop. Okay. I think if we keep the tractor off the crop, we'll get the best working width on the pickup. I think this is only a single row harvester, but because of the way Farming Simulator works, we don't do rows, we do pixels, and so it'll grab a certain width of pixels, I guess. Potentially, if you're positioned just right, it'll grab at least two visible rows of product. Stuff down the edge there, that's good. That's all of it. So I think that is the edges of the field tidied off. We can now consider harvesting the rows. Okay. Not exactly a great crop to work. I mean, 5,000 litres is what's it, £1,000, so it's around £200 per 1,000 litre. But pretty much like potatoes and sugar beets, you put in the work, you get the income, whereas with a lot of crops, things like soybeans, just drive a harvester around the field and you may not fill up the harvester before the end of the crop's harvested. All right. So a couple of blobs over there, get those. And then I think I will line that up there, and you hold H, steering assist, and Number of headlands, 13. You want 3, okay. Work direction. Automatic. Side offset 2.1. Show lines on. Cruise control manual. Working width 0.8. Okay. And you want me to go that way? Well, hell to you. H. 0 degrees. Okay. Thinks about it. And yes. Okay, I am doing the rows. Yeah, I can see why it wants to do 13 headlands. Because this isn't very wide and it's going to take a bit to turn around. Especially if you're using a quad track, but for the toys we're playing with today, I think 3 is adequate. Now we can go much faster. Although following the arc there, probably need to do a few more headlands. We'll clean those up later, I think. Okay. Of course, the other problem I have here is I have no idea which row I did last time. That one is the one I want to be on. Ooh, go. Drop the head and let's... Dude. Really? There we go. Okay. Missed a runner. Although, that said, looks like we're hitting it anyway. Okay. So I might be able to do alternate rows here. Don't know. It might be that the row that's disappearing, there is still product there that the game engine won't render. Oh, really? Mrs. Osa checking up on me. That's like, oh, son of a gun, why does that not... Dude. There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to watch that. The guidance steering is not reliable, shall we say. Ooh. Okay. Looks like store sales are picking up a bit. Oh, now you see your... Just because you've lifted the header doesn't mean it doesn't stop harvesting immediately. If you watch, I'll stop here and it's still loading into the bay. There you go, 100% full. So that conveyor belt holds vegetables even though we're not entirely done yet. Or even... That's good. Okay, throw that in there, truck's full. So truck holds 7,600 litres. That's kind of okay.